Alright, hey guys, my name is Shadow, and welcome back to the 2.2.03 beta for Elite Dangerous. So last time, we talked about a laser build for the Anaconda, and we did the loadout for that and everything, and this time, we're here in the HazRES resource extraction site, and we're about to test this out. So what we have are 5 pulse lasers with rapid fire, and we have 3 beam lasers with efficient weapon, and those are all grade 5 upgrades. And other than the weapons on this, everything on this ship that I'm using right now is actually what I'm using on the live server. So hopefully what we're finding out is when this patch actually rolls around on the live server, is this going to be a viable thing to do? I hope it is. I hope it is. So we have all gimbaled weapons here, and another thing that we're going to be testing out today is they're making some changes to the way that gimbaled weapons and fixed weapons, I think, also work. So we have all gimbaled weapons here, and now gimbaled weapons are tied to your sensors, basically. So we have D sensors in this ship right now, but we're going to come back in a little bit and try this again with A sensors and see what the difference is, see if it's actually significant or not. But we're here with our D sensors and our 8 gimbaled weapons right now, so let's start shooting this Imperial Clipper and see what happens. So here are the rapid fire pulse lasers. So these seem to work pretty well. This would also probably work better if I put some energy into my weapons array. I always forget to do that for some reason.
Target shields offline.
Okay, so it didn't take too long to get the Clipper's shields down with just the pulse lasers. So let's see what kind of effect they have on its hull. Alright, so they seem to do not amazing hull damage. I mean, yeah, they're pulse lasers, so you can't expect them to have devastating hull effects. So let's try the beam lasers now. Let's actually see how long we can fire them. So we have 4 pips into weapons, and these actually do seem to be doing really nice hull damage. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, okay, there's another Imperial Clipper right behind this one, too. There's also a Python over there. Okay, so that didn't take too long to take that out with just the beam lasers. So let's okay, let's do this Python, and we'll try that out. Okay, so let's actually fire all the weapons and see what happens here. Okay, so that just drains the capacitor really fast. Just, wow, that was quite fast. Okay, but it looks like with 4 pips into weapons, we can fire all the pulse lasers, and the capacitor will actually still charge up. So let's put 2 pips into weapons and see if we can fire all the pulse lasers. We can, and it drains fairly slowly, so that's okay. So let's see what the beam lasers do with 2 pips in the capacitor here. Alright, that's not too bad. They're draining it really slowly, and notice there's like no heat buildup? That's amazing. They have made beam lasers freaking amazing. Okay, so that's pretty good. Alright, we've already seen an Imperial Clipper, so we've got a Federal gunship right here. Let's see. Hopefully it's wanted. If it's not, it's the beta, and I'll probably fire it on it anyway. Except there was a dropship. I'm sure the dropship's wanted. Dropships are usually wanted. And Harrison Skywalker. What a clever name. All right, so I have no power in my shields right now. Let's put some in there. All right, let's just fire beam lasers at it and see what happens. Wow, look how fast its shields went down. Oh my gosh.
Under attack.
Now, this is with 2 pips to the weapons. 2 pips. Pip, pip, hooray! Anyway. Okay, yeah, this is doing. I'm really liking this efficient weapon mod. I mean, wow. If there were ever anything that were OP, wow. Efficient weapon beam laser. That's not a complaint. That's like a praise. Because, wow.
Target shields online. Target shields
This kind of makes it like I don't even really need to use the pulse lasers.
Target cargo dropped.
Like, it could just have these 3 weapons, and that would pretty much be amazing. Because now I start firing the pulse lasers, and they do some damage, and they take shields down, but they really don't have any effect on the hull. I mean, they do have an effect, but it's negligible when you compare it to what these beam lasers are doing. Wow. Okay, let's see if we can find something bigger. I was really hoping that we'd actually find an Anaconda to test this out on. Let's use a shield cell right now.
Warning.
Okay, so we have another Python coming in here.
Taking heat damage.
So let's test some lasers out on this Python. So let's go with the pulse lasers. Now, right away, I'm not really noticing any difference in the way that my gimbaled weapons are tracking as compared to before the 2.2.03 patch. I'm really not seeing any difference. So I don't know. Maybe it's not that significant of a deal. In fact, it's so negligible that I think there's probably going to be no noticeable difference if we come back here with an A sensor array. So, yeah. But wow, these lasers! Oh my gosh, these are amazing. Did you just see how long these beam lasers fired? With like no heat, no heat.
Warning. Temperature.
I've got like a grade 4 overcharged power plant on this, and I'm firing beam lasers like this. Just wow. And my heat's actually going down when I'm firing the beam lasers. My God. Yeah, if anything were ever OP in this game, it's probably that. And not that that's a bad thing. That's freaking awesome. I'm amazed with this. This is even more cool than I thought it was going to be. Well, for the efficient weapon beam lasers anyway. The pulse lasers, on the other hand, I gotta say I'm not that impressed with. I mean, yeah, they're firing quickly, but the damage that they're doing. Let's just see how long it takes to get this guy's shields down, just with the pulse lasers. Now, of course, he's gonna go ahead and do chaff. Let's see if we can untarget him. And now that we've rammed him, that doesn't really count because his shields are just down. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not as impressed with the pulse laser beam laser combination. Maybe what would be better is actually if we just had like all efficient weapon beam lasers or something like that, or even beam lasers and something else like beam lasers and multi-cannons or something like that. So just on its own, this doesn't seem to be that great of a combination, is my perspective on it anyway. But the beam lasers by themselves are just really amazing me. Look at this. Look how long I can fire them. Look how long I can fire beam lasers and I'm not killing myself.
That's one for me, Commander.
Yeah, that is incredible. That is incredible. Okay, here's a fer de lance. Here's a fer de lance. Let's fire beam lasers on this fer de lance. Let's see how long it takes to get this fer de lance's shields down with just these 3 beam lasers.
Under attack.
Oh, what if I actually put weapons power there? Power my weapons there. Always forget to do that.
Offline.
Okay, yeah, and so I'm not even using the pulse lasers. Okay, so, yeah. So I think the conclusion here has to be A for the efficient weapon beam lasers, but kind of meh for the rapid fire pulse lasers on this particular build. Not that the rapid fire pulse lasers are not awesome on their own, but coupled with the efficient weapon beam lasers on this particular ship in this particular configuration,
Strike one.
I gotta say I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this particular build, so I think we'll replace all the pulse lasers with something else and come back and try again. Because, man, look, I'm not even using them, and just these 3 beam lasers are annihilating stuff. Wow. This is annihilating stuff. I want to find an Anaconda and just test this on an Anaconda, or even just something
That's
big.
one for me, Commander.
Even just something
Things were a
big.
little hairy for
Federal
a second
assault
there.
ship?
No
I
more
mean, federal
hostile
assault ships are, well, I mean, they're relatively tough, but compared to a ship like this, they're not that tough. But we can go over here and test this out. Let's just do that.
Warning.
Let's just do that.
Temperature critical. Warning. Taking heat
Use
damage.
one little shield cell here, and now I'm gonna hit a big rock. Oh man, wow, I smacked that thing really good. Okay, great. That was great. Let's use another shield cell so we actually have some shields.
Taking heat damage.
And when this is done going off, we'll actually start firing on this assault ship. Okay, we got just over 1 ring of shields. Okay, so beam lasers. Yeah, look, the beam lasers take shields down just so much faster than the pulse lasers. Like, I'm not even having to use the pulse lasers. Like, they might as well not even be there. There may as well only be, like, 3 weapons on this ship. And look at this. I'm not even having to stop firing. I took his shields down, and I blew him up, and I never had to stop firing. Oh, my God. That is so great. I really hope this efficient weapon thing makes it to the final build. I will just use the crap out of that. That's so amazing. Okay. We have a federal gunship right back here. I bet it's not wanted because federal gunships are almost never wanted. Oh, look at us. Okay, cool. So, all right. You know what? Let's just see. Okay, we've destroyed an entire ship with the beam lasers. Let's now destroy an entire ship with the pulse lasers and see how long that takes. Some of them are not even firing, I'm noticing. Okay. Well, it's also taking a little bit longer this time because this guy's maneuvering a little bit better than that assault ship did. But, okay. Alright, his shields are down. And we're slowly doing hull damage. Oh, we're going to be here all day if we sit through this. Oh, I can't even do it. I can't even wait until I've taken this guy completely out with the pulse lasers. I'm just going to start firing on him with the beam lasers. This is like waiting for a train. Yeah, let's just kill him. Let's put him out of his misery here. Yep, the pulse lasers have to go. Okay, well, yeah, I think that's probably going to conclude this test. Wow. That's really not what I was expecting to see, because in the live server right now, I'm using rapid-fire pulse lasers with multi-cannons, with overcharged weapon multi-cannons, and that's really amazing. Like, the pulse lasers take shields down, and then the multi-cannons take hulls down, and that's awesome. However, with this, it's like the pulse lasers are useless. So either they've really nerfed the rapid-fire pulse laser mod in this, or it's just that the beam lasers are really outshining it, and I think that's what it is. I really think that's what it is. Now, as for the gimbaled weapons being tied to the sensors and different grades of sensors tracking to different degrees and stuff, I don't know. I'm not really noticing any discrepancy between what I'm seeing in the live server and what I'm seeing now, because I'm using D sensors on the live server, and I'm not noticing any like reduction in tracking or anything like that. So I don't know. If you guys have a different perspective on that, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know if you guys have some insight into that. But to me, it doesn't seem very much different at all. So I do not feel like flying all the way back to Quint Research Base, so I'm just going to self-destruct my ship. So if you guys want to hang out with me for 30 seconds, we will just blow up and probably respawn back at... Well, no, we're not going to be back at Quint Research Base because I just docked at Snyder Enterprise. So we'll be there, I guess, because that's the last place I docked. But yeah, feel free to blow up with me, guys, in 10 seconds. Here we go. It's going to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
Eject. Warning.
All right. So that's pretty much going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Like it if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it. That's pretty much it for me. And wouldn't it suck if I were actually on the live server right now, not the beta server, and I really just blew up my ship. But I didn't do that. It's fine. So anyways, yeah. That's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.